Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where last episode we got a defensive pact with Britain, and we'll keep that for a while anyway. For now, we're still working on getting our economy online, although we're getting really close to this thing getting critical mass. And that is absolutely phenomenal. We're down to 44.8k in unrealized taxes. We've got 49 weeks in our construction queue right now, although it's probably going to be a little longer than that, because we're likely going to need additional government administrations over what we have queued up here. But I want to get these paper mills done. That is a very high priority to drop our paper costs. Paper is not considered super expensive right now, but it's going to be more and more of a problem as we build more government administrations, of course. So that's all looking good. Market access in Hokkaido actually just ticked up to 81%. Fascinating. 1.35k? That's better than it has been. So that's good. We need to get as many people into Hokkaido as we can. These gold mines, they need people, right? So that's going to be good. Very good indeed. The paper mills did indeed almost double our current surplus. I love it. We want to pay off our debt before we expand our construction here. We're still paying about 2.25k in interest, approximately. That number's changing, but that's fine. Let's take a quick look here on how we're doing on government administration. So, sorting by taxation capacity. We're going to need one more in Shikoku. We're going to need 2 in Tohoku. We're going to need 3 in Kyushu. Russia is demanding that we become their protectorate. We're going to decline that. I don't think they're actually going to declare war on us. Not while we have Britain. In Chubu, we're going to end up needing, let's see, we're at 150 right now. So that puts us at 250, and then that puts us at 300. So in Kansai, we're going to need like +7 here. That's fine. Now, let's look at railways. Hokkaido, we don't need to build more railways in. We're actually fine on that front. So there's Napoleonic warfare unlocked. That's great. We're going to hop into our buildings here. We're going to bump these down to mobile artillery. Now, that's going to drive up our price of cannon. We'll keep an eye on our cannon price. But we absolutely do want to be working on our army power projection, and tech is honestly the best way to be doing that right now. So that's great. Knowledge of shell gun is spreading to us. That's also very good. We don't actually have any expenses, or rather expensive cannon here, so I'm okay with that, realistically. That seems fine. Secret societies are existing. Sure. But yeah, I don't think that Russia is going to declare on us with Britain being our ally in that fight, right? Britain's actually a little stronger than Russia right now. They're losing a lot of power projection. Hang on, what are they doing? They are currently fighting Britain? They are currently fighting Britain. Okay, good to know, and Britain's winning that fight. So that's good. We're very pleased about that, actually. 42.1k in unrealized taxes right now. We'd love to be throwing that into construction at this juncture. That would be absolutely magnificent. We also are going to need to eventually max out our resource production, and we probably want to do that fairly shortly after we get our government administrations built up here. We're, of course, going to have to keep working on government administrations as we do that. The real question here is, should we move up these paper mills? Yes. I'm going to do it. So we're going to move these paper mills up and keep our paper costs a little bit more down. We can see here that our paper cost is still 50k, right? That's a lot. That's half of what we're paying on construction. That's a whole lot. We do need to get our unrealized taxes here. That alone will be huge, and getting our credit paid off would be great as well. Unfortunately, we're only making about 4k per week right now. It's definitely not great. Definitely not great at all. But we're about a year out on our construction queue right now, and we can start thinking about how we want to further develop it. Well, actually, water tube boilers gives us a lot of additional production methods, and that might open a lot of doors for us. Because what we really need right now is shortages of things, right? To give us good excuses for expanding things. So this is going to drive our coal prices through the roof, and we're actually quite pleased about that. Coal prices going up is good for us here. No doubt about it. So with our coal mines, we can go to condensing engine pumps. Same with iron and lead and sulfur and gold. All of that is great. So we'll see where that puts us in terms of our economy here. We have a lot more efficient throughput there. No actual coal issue. Just the feedback from the upgrade is enough to handle that. But that does virtually double our income. Okay. We'll take it. That's absolutely fine. So of these resources, what makes us the most? Coal is 2.32k. Lead is negative right now. Okay, sure. So the answer is coal. Okay, I'm going to queue up all of our coal mines. And yes, this is absolutely overkill, especially in Hokkaido. I'm going to queue up all of our coal mines, but they're at the end of the queue. So these in Hokkaido, we absolutely don't want to build this early on. So let's get these in Hokkaido moved straight on down. We want to give time for Hokkaido to grow. So, yeah, we're at negative construction efficiency in Sakhalin, but that's fine. That is fine. So it's going to be a little bit before we get those coal mines underway. No doubt about that. The question is, what is next highest? The answer is fishing? Fishing. Okay, we'll do Hokkaido last for fishing again. Let's just get these all queued up for the moment. There we go. So after that, it's going to be, I think, logging. Yes. Again, we're going to do Hokkaido last. There we go. Whaling probably after that. Iron after that. Okay. Again with the Hokkaido last, though. So we'll get these all queued up. That'll be fine. And then we've got sulfur, whaling, and lead, right? So we'll do sulfur next. Getting all of this done. There we go. And whaling. Not a lot of whaling to be grabbed here. That's normal. And then after that is lead. Lead is all currently negative. So the question is, do we even want to do this? Well, we'll probably need the lead. But we're definitely doing it last. So we're going to get all that done, and then we can do our agriculture. But for now, I think this is reasonably fine. We have some market access issues potentially in Kyushu, and yep, we'll get that going immediately. Phenomenal. So we're at about 11.2k now. We're going to have our credit paid off very, very shortly. This is looking very good. How many more government administrations are in this queue? Okay, not all that many. We're down to 38k unrealized taxes. This is absolutely progressing forward nicely. I'm very pleased about that situation. We are currently working on a steel mill and a cotton plantation. Those are both fine. I'm definitely not fussed about that. And our market access in Hokkaido is continuing to come up. So that's really good. That means that this railway is getting more people working in it, which also means that the gold mines are too, which is also very good. We're up to 14.2k now, and we are about to be out of debt. We are now officially almost out of debt. It's this week that we're going to be out of debt. There we go. Now we are officially out of debt. And to that end, I want to work on more construction. So here in Kansai, I'm going to max out our construction. There we go. So we're going to get those completed. That's going to give us another, 20 construction. So bringing us up to 155. That's solid. That will eat up nearly all of our current surplus, which is fully expected. But that will allow us to pretty dramatically increase our construction speed. We can see currently there's 1444 weeks in the construction queue. Now there's 1381. And that number will continue to improve. 1304. Beautiful. So that's all great. We're going to be getting a good amount of... Yeah, we're currently running a very small deficit. That's not shocking. Yeah, that's not shocking at all. As we finish up these government administrations, things will improve for us on that front. Wood is currently considered expensive. We could move up a little bit of wood here. And I think I'm going to. So here in let's say Shikoku. 1, 2, 3. We're going to move up 3 logging camps. Something along the lines of that. And of course, the reason why wood is expensive is because we expanded our construction sectors, right? So getting that done will be absolutely fine. How's our unemployment? 28.8K. That number is very low and getting a lot lower. Okay. We do have a lot of peasants still, so we can put the peasants to work, but that's going to cause potentially some other issues. We'll get to that. Our railway in Kyushu is about to be done. We do have potentially some other market access issues, although it looks like it's under control. We don't actually need to work on it right now. Beautiful. Although, where is it? It's not in our private construction here unless it's just not being worked on? Correct, it's not being worked on. Okay, so we have all this queued up for the moment. Sure, that's fine. I'm not concerned about that. We have gold reserves to last us for a while here. And our wood production is actually done now. So these government administrations are almost gone. Now, we're not going to get all of these unrealized taxes done with, right? We've got a decent amount of tax waste, particularly up here, which we're not going to be handling for a while. We're still 12 years away from getting this fully incorporated, and that's understandable. A monument to the Shogun, huh? No, perhaps not everyone wishes to be reminded of the Shogun. So we're working on all of our remaining government administrations here, and we're going to get started on our coal mines very, very shortly here. That's great. We'll check in after we're done with these government administrations and see if we're actually done with them, though, because we may not be. As we build more things, we're going to need more government administrations, right? That's just all there is to it. So we're going to still have some unrealized taxes. These uncollected taxes are a significant chunk of it, though. So those will improve quite a lot still. 13%. That number is greater than 33,000, isn't it? Or it's very, very close to 33,000, actually. Well, it's fine. We're going to let these finish up. We're 8 weeks away at this point. Beautiful. So government administrations are indeed finishing. Our GDP is continuing to climb here. How much are we spending on construction goods right now? 112K is the answer. Dynamite is 3 years out. And we, of course, don't have the populace right now to put people to work in all of these mines. That's a bit of an issue. Checking in on our laws, is there anything we can change on this front? No, is the answer. There's not really anything to be done here at this time. We just need a movement on that. Okay, Russia stopped damaging relations with us, so I guess, yeah, they're now genial. Cool. Austria's the one that's taking it in turns to be a jerk now. That's fine. So, Chubu, I believe we did not actually need a railway in. Correct. And the same with Hokkaido, to be honest. Hokkaido just needs people, right? It needs people. No doubt about that. Currently, population attraction is 31.5, but there's no one migrating into Hokkaido, which is sad. Very, very sad. Okay, so we're done at this point with our government administrations. Where else do we need government administrations? Okay, we need... Yeah, we're gaining 50 bureaucracy, but taxation capacity is what we need, not bureaucracy. I was looking at bureaucracy for some reason. We need 4 in Chugoku, and we need 6 in Tohoku. Yeah, I'm quite dumb. We need 10 here. We need 19 here. So this is going to be a while. We need 21 in Chubu. And in Kansai, we need 22 for right now. So we're going to get all of these queued up. They're going to take a while. We've got about 1250 weeks on this. Why was I thinking that they gave us 50? Well, it's because they gave us 50 bureaucracy, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. Do we want to put in a consumption tax? Honestly, we're basically, we have a balanced budget right now, and we have gold reserves still. I think this is fine. I'm not concerned about it. I want to continue working on our taxation capacity here. We're building quite a lot at a time at this point. I would absolutely like to get more here. So at 15, each stack is giving us how much? That's 15 times 5, right? So that is 75 each. Okay, sure. So 75 each. So if we were to get another 150 would bring us up to 305. Yeah. That, of course, would be pretty expensive. We would end up paying about 224K for construction goods there. It would be nice. No doubt about that. We're down to 12.6K unemployed, and that number is continuing to drop, to no one's surprise. How many pages of government administrations did we just queue up? Okay. Like 5. That's a fair amount, no doubt about that. But we do need to work on that taxation capacity. I would like to start thinking about conquest. What about somebody like these guys? They are a puppet of the Dutch East Indies. Okay. Is there anyone out over here that is not currently colonized? They're a tributary of... Actually, they have a tributary, Cambodia. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Did I just see plus 80K there? That was very temporary. It must have been because we finished up all of these government administrations at once. Yeah, that'll be why. Even so, I'd like to be making plus 80K right now. That would be amazing. If we were making plus 80K right now, we'd virtually double our construction. That would be really, really solid. Of course, 26.4K is how much we've got in our unrealized taxes right now. We're definitely going to toss a bunch of that into our construction, but we're not going to get all of it. It's not 100% efficiency because the government administrations have upkeep and costs, right? So that's fine. We should probably consider moving more wood production up. And I'm going to do exactly that. We're going to move up 1, 2, 3. I moved up a fishing wharf there. Okay, let's move that 2 fishing wharfs. Whatever. It's fine. We'll leave the fishing wharfs where they're at. Sure. And they only take 7 weeks to build. So we're going to build 4 logging camps there. I would like to work on a couple of additional paper mills. In Kansai would be fine. We've got lots of peasants there still. So we'll get those going, and looking at our railways here, we really don't need anything in Chubu and Kansai. Our private constructions are on it. So this is fine. Private constructions are a bit on the slow side, to be sure. And I would like to start working on some additional construction here. I'm tempted to do it now, and I'm going to. That will put us a bit negative, but as we finish up the logging camps here, and these government administrations aren't all that far out either, as we get all this finished up, it should pull out to be relatively even quite soon. In theory. That's the idea, anyway. So we're going to get a couple of extra paper mills going to help feed our bureaucracy beast. We definitely do need to do that. There's no doubt about that one. The bureaucracy beast needs to be fed here. And these government administrations have some progress in them. I'm going to move them up. I moved one that didn't, which is mildly awkward, of course. And these guys are going to need to be moved up. There we go. So that's all government administrations that have some amount of progress in them, with the exception of this one that was accidentally moved up, right? But we can do something like this. Paper mills come out, or rather up to the top. Okay, and we can do this. So I want to be working on the government administrations that have progress because we can finish them more quickly, right? So that's the idea here. That said, we really should move this one up. I'm going to move these 2 up as well. So something like this. That'll do. We're going to have our paper mills done in about 12 weeks here. That's relatively solid. How are we doing on radicalism? It's mediocre. Given our taxes, I'm not shocked about that at all. Not shocked in the slightest. Our literacy is actually trending upwards, which is good. It's not hugely trending upwards, but it is trending upwards, so I like it. We're up to about 160 construction now. Market access in Hokkaido's at 98. Okay. So obviously Hokkaido needs more people, right? That's what it needs more than anything. Just a few more people into Hokkaido is what we need. I mean, in general, more people. That's mostly what we need. We have no unemployment now. That's great. Now we're pulling from our peasant pools. That will create some amount of problems for us because we do rely a little bit on our peasants for producing... What do they produce? Fabric, wood, services, grain, meat. Okay, we can replace all of that, though. I'm not too concerned about it. It's mostly rice paddies, actually. So we're producing a lot of grain and wood out of that. Mostly grain. Yeah, we can definitely replace that. That's not a concern. So our paper mills are going to be done in 2 weeks here. Dynamite is going to be done in 28 months. That's a ways out. And we've got all of these government administrations being worked on. Looks good for the moment. Wood is expensive. Okay, we should definitely continue to move up wood as it continues to be expensive. So we'll move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be fine for the moment. We're not actually changing around the queue, we're just moving them up. Cool. So that'll, of course, will help to feed our bureaucracy beast as well, because wood is needed for paper. And that's okay. We are running a pretty solid deficit right now. We're going to work through these gold reserves relatively quickly. The reason for this deficit is because of our paper costs, right? We're definitely seeing 65.7 spent on paper. That's expensive. No doubt about that. We need to drive down the price of wood, and honestly, our logging camps aren't making much of an effect on this. We're going to continue to move logging camps up as necessary, and these are going to be done this week. So hopefully these 5 logging camps will do something. That would be nice. We did, of course, build them over here in Kanto, and to that end, I want to see, how are we actually doing? 1 million peasants here. Okay, how are we doing on our logging camps? We're at about half employment right now. Okay, nice. We're filling this nicely. So that looks good. Price of wood has gone down. Magnificent. So currently we've got about 23K in unrealized taxes. We need a lot more. We need a lot more government administrations. However, we are down at this point to only having about 3¼ pages of government administrations here. And of those, a good number are already significantly underway. Almost a full page. So this is not actually going to take all that long to work our way through this. Market access in Kanto is dropping, and we should definitely work on infrastructure there. We'll get a railway underway immediately. Why are we seeing our deficit growing at this time is a question that I have. I think it's literally just our paper costs. So if we look at our actual paper here, it would help if we went into like the market. Yeah, this is down from where it was. Okay. I wouldn't mind importing paper, but of course we can't do that. So that's okay. Our investment pool is still growing, but that's to be expected. Yeah, we're definitely just running a small deficit here for the moment. I think this is a temporary issue, to be honest. Actually, no, this is because of our subsidies. What railways are we subsidizing at this level? Let's see here. Yeah, it's getting a little bit expensive for sure. What if we just unsubsidized the railway? I mean, that's not going to completely solve this issue, right? But if we completely unsubsidize the railway, yeah, our market access starts to drop. That's what I thought was going to happen. So we do need to subsidize the railway. For now, that's reasonably fine. Is there anything else that we can move up in our production methods now? Actually, there are a couple of things. Maybe we can go to public trams, although that's considered negative at this point. We probably don't want to do that just yet. One thing that I would be potentially interested in doing... Let's see, where was that? Water tube boiler for furniture manufactories is absolutely something that we're interested in doing here. That didn't get done. Going down to sweeteners here? Yes. We'll absolutely do that. Pot stills as well. At this point, that's reasonably fine. Okay, watching that market access, watching for input goods shortages. This appears to be good for the moment. Now, going to public trams would give us fewer laborers, and that would be great. Our transportation costs are going to be very, very high from this, but that's actually good for our railways. Our railway subsidies are going to drop off because of that. So this is fine. Yeah, this is fine for the moment. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that situation, but I'm relatively pleased with this right now. This is looking good. No significant issues here. These government administrations are being worked on, and eventually they'll get done. We've got about 3 full pages of government administrations remaining at this point. In fact, exactly 3 right now. So that's good. But with a little bit more throughput in our production methods here, this is all looking absolutely fine. Is there anything else that we can switch? It seems like there was something that we had chosen not to go to, that I did want to eventually go to, and I didn't mean to close that. Let's see. It feels like there was something. We're on hardwood production. That's correct. We must have gotten it. I'm not actually seeing any production method issues here. Yeah, we must have gotten it. Okay. Well, for now, that's fine. We are definitely seeing our finances going down at this point. So our government administrations are probably currently doing more harm than good with the amount of taxation we're getting from them. I suspect that to be the case. That said, well, maybe we should just move up these coal mines that have progress at this point. So, like, any coal mine that has progress, we move up just so that we're, you know, actually getting some cash out of it. And that buys time for our government administrations to be a little bit better utilized, in theory. Because, yeah, we're definitely seeing our income slipping. I think we're just not getting as much from our unrealized taxes. Let's take a quick look here. We now need only 16 in Kanto. And we only need 7 in Kansai at this point. So we can cancel a few of these, for sure. We only need 4 in Kyushu. And Chugoku doesn't actually need one right now. Okay, that's interesting. So we're gaining 10 taxation capacity. They must have economy of scale in taxation of capacity then. That's fine. Well, we can definitely scale that back a little bit. That'll be good. We're happy to scale it back. But we're going to get these coal mines done and drive down the price of coal a little bit. Clippers are expensive. We are happy to see that, because that means that we can build a shipyard in Kyushu and get some sort of production out of it. That'll be good. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're definitely going to start shopping around for somebody to attack. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.